Greetings and welcome. You're invited to join our very talented actors for the stage play reading of Front Row Center. The story unfolds in the most coveted seats of a Broadway theater, where drama, comedy, and rivalry are a mere arm's length away. On the left sits our anxious playwright, and 2 seats over, the ever-watchful theater critic. Each recognizes one another, yet attempting to disappear behind their playbills. Their quiet duel is hilariously interrupted as 2 spirited middle-aged women burst onto the scene, winners of a New York weekend from their hometown's baking and knitting contest. With laughter and chaos, they bridge the gap between artist and judge, ensuring that sometimes offstage will be just as memorable as the performance on stage. Please enjoy the play. All cell phones have to be turned off. No recording devices or video devices are permitted. And we're asking you to look for the nearest exit signs from where you're sitting in case of an unlikely event.
Can you see the numbers on the back of these seats? My ticket says 17.
I'm 18, but it's so dark in here, I can't see. Ugh. Excuse me. Excuse me, what seat number are you?
19?
I'm trying to see.
19, okay. Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me.
You're right, Ethel, here. You move over there, I'll go here.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, I dropped it. Would you hold this umbrella and this bag for me while I take off my hat and coat? Whew. And be careful with that bag because I baked some brownies for us to enjoy during intermission and the umbrella was wet. So be careful and don't get water on your clothes. But in case you do, I have some wipes in my purse.
You sit. I'll be, of course, don't worry, I'll be careful.
Here you go, love. Would you hold these? I gotta let them. Don't worry about crushing anything in that bag. It's my knitting. I make mittens for give to the orphanage for their Christmas parties. I think about those poor little souls a lot. What about you?
Not a day goes by that I don't think about orphanages and mittens.
She never sits anywhere without knitting something. Honestly, sometimes I wonder if she doesn't take her knitting to bed with her in case she gets up during the night.
No, I don't bring my knitting to bed with me. Silly, but I do get up at night to pee like everyone else. You do too, right?
I'm sorry, are you talking to me?
Yes, I was just telling Ethel that I have to get up at night to pee. What about you? Do you get up at night to pee?
I beg your pardon. I don't see how my sleeping habits can be of any importance to you.
I was just wondering because I've been getting up to pee more and more often at night, and I thought that maybe it's just age. But you look about as old as I am. So to know if you get up more and more to pee than you used to. That's all I'm asking. Don't take it so personally.
You're asking me about my toilet habits, and you don't want me to consider that personal?
Okay, you two. The show is about to start, but I brought a little treat for everyone to have before the curtain goes up. Okay, wait, sorry. Let me. No, okay, it's fine. All right. Hey, oh. Here
What
you
did you bring?
go.
I'm so excited.
I made these this morning in case we get hungry.
No. Oh, we pass it out. I'm so happy. Oh, thank you, dear. You make everything so delicious. Here you go, dear. You're going to love
no,
these.
thank you.
No, I insist. You have no idea what a wonderful baker Ethel is.
Well, fine. I guess I'll have one. Thank you.
You know what? I think I put a little bit too much vanilla in here. What do you think?
Oh, not at all, dear. These are delicious. What do you think, Lovey? Aren't these wonderful? Here,
I have to admit that
have another one.
I did enjoy that. Maybe just one more.
Oh, good. Here you go. I'm sure that nice man next to you would like another one.
Can I offer you another one?
Yeah. Thank you. These are really good. Did you say you made them?
Oh, yes, she made them. Nobody bakes like her.
Oh, and nobody knits like her.
Oh, I have something else in here besides knitting. Just a little something for us during intermission. Because Ethel and I certainly can't afford New York prices. If you like vodka with a hint of lime, I'm willing to share. I brought plenty because we didn't know how long the play would be.
That's right. We knew that there were 2 intermissions, and we didn't know how long the play would be. And after all, we're on vacation, and we wanted to make the most of it.
That's right.
And of course, one has to stay hydrated.
Absolutely.
So we're following the advice of W.C. Fields. When he said, "I never drink water, it rusts the pipes." It is very dry in here, so I think we should each have a little bit of Mildred's delicious drink.
It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I know. But then again, W.C. Fields said, "I never drink anything stronger than gin before breakfast." So we're okay. There you go. I
Here,
insist.
get this one, yeah.
Well, I remember the W.C. Fields quote about drinking when he said, "I always carry a flask of whiskey with me in case of a snake bite, and I always carry a snake."
The only
Pass that
The only
down.
WC quote I remember about drinking was when he said, "I'm not afraid about being driven to drink. I'm only afraid of being driven home." And unfortunately, none of us is driving.
I've watched
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's right. I've watched every one of W.C. Fields' movies with Mae West, and it always, and his sayings, I had too much of this, made me laugh. Like when he said, "I gargle with whiskey several times a day, and I've never had a cold." So you see, there are health benefits to drinking.
Please, the play is about to begin.
Oh.
I don't know about you, but I at least want to hear every word of the dialogue.
Well, la-dee-da for you. Mildred and I want to listen to the actors too, and I'm sure it's important for this nice man next to me to also want to hear them. Isn't that right, dear?
You have no idea how important.
Oh. Oh, no.
Please, this is an important part of the play.
I know. That's what I just told Mildred, but didn't I just tell you that,
Yeah,
Mildred?
yeah. Yes, she
Oh.
did, and she wanted me to do something so I wouldn't cry.
Yeah.
So you both feel that emotion.
Oh, of course, don't you?
Please, please. It's important that I'm not distracted.
There he goes on his high horse. What makes him feel that his attention to the play is more important than ours?
You're right. My friend was just trying to stop me from becoming too emotional. She knows it doesn't take much to make me cry.
Cry? That actor was making a poor attempt at trying to tell a joke using that unicorn image.
You're not going to believe what this guy thinks that the actress did up there with the unicorn was making a lousy joke.
A joke? Would you believe that man at the end, he completely missing how cleverly this play is written? You think it is, don't you?
I'm afraid what I think is not important.
Listen to this. The fellow on my right says that he thinks that it's not important. And the one on your left says that he thinks it's very important. Leave it to us to get stuck between two guys who know nothing about theater.
Ah, you're right. I'll straighten them out during intermission.
Hey, before you run off, Mildred and I have to tell you something so that you can better understand the rest of the play. In fact, there's no need for either of you to go get refreshments because I have everything right here. There's something very important we need to discuss with both of you so that you can enjoy this play. Because it's obvious to us that you have no idea what the playwright wanted his audience to experience while watching the play. So we feel it's very important for us to teach you a few things about theater so that you can enjoy the play as much as we do. Right, Mildred?
Yes, Ethel's right. It's obvious you two don't know anything about theater. Ethel and I were both in the last two Christmas plays at our church. In fact, last year we even changed the script from being three wise men to two very smart women and got standing ovations each time. So we know what we're talking about. And it was obvious to me that you haven't got a clue when you said that actress was trying to crack a joke about her late husband by using the unicorn image. There's nothing funny about that topic. I went through it, so has Ethel. I doubt you have. Have you?
No comment. But the idea of any dead person coming back reincarnated as a unicorn of all things tells me the playwright is off base when it comes to the concepts of death and life after death.
If anybody's off base about those topics, it's you, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Hold on. But first, I want to hear what that gentleman sitting next to Ethel thinks about all this. Go ahead, ask him.
Okay. I will. What's your name?
Oh, strong stuff.
By the way.
Alex.
Alex. Okay. Well, Alex, tell me what you think the playwright had in mind when he wrote the scene that our friend there, you know, what's your name?
Malcolm.
Malcolm, that Malcolm here thought, as he would put it, quote, off base. I think you were not laughing during the unicorn scene.
Well, I think the playwright was trying to convey to the audience the deep loss the woman had in losing her husband. Even if he was less than perfect, and in spite of his good looks, because of his insensitivity, he was emotionally ugly. By having him come back as the image of a unicorn, a well-known symbol of protection, of healing, and according to mythology, a symbol of feminine power, the playwright is hoping to give the audience a thought-provoking challenge while at the same time providing them with a beautiful, whimsical image to lighten the mood.
I agree with Alex. That woman was suffering, and when we see the unicorn, we know it represents just the opposite of everything she had to go through. But you couldn't see that way. So you focused on the whimsy and laughed, while Ethel and I focused on the seriousness of her situation and cried.
That was a very good analysis. So you're saying that the playwright gave the audience something to both cry and laugh about. Am I right?
I hope so.
Like Alex said, that scene was not just sad or funny, but it was both. And Ethel and I, because of our experiences, found it sad. And you, because of your experiences, found it funny. That's pretty great writing, isn't it?
I'm not sure if I would call it great, but now I would call it interesting. We'll have to see how the rest of the play evolves.
Another thing I loved about the playwright, used different shades of color on the unicorn to emphasize different states of emotion at any particular moment in the play. Did you know that there were different color combinations for different personalities? For instance, gray is used as a state of shock, and blue for sadness, and red-violet for anger or passion, and gray for guilt. Gold or rose for love, memory, and soft white or rainbow gradient for healing. And that's why the rainbow unicorn image is so appropriate. I am sure the playwright knew about this too.
Wow. How did you remember all that?
When James, who by the way is a very successful interior designer here in New York, was studying for his certification exam, I would help him, and I developed a memory tool using the first letters of the color group, to slog. And we would remember it by saying, to slog or not to slog, that is the question. And it works.
Isn't she smart? By the way, I want to apologize to you. I didn't upset you when I said I didn't think you have any experience with losing someone you love. It's just that seeing that the unicorn made you laugh surprised me. But now, after hearing Alex's thoughts about the scene, I'm thinking maybe that was the way of allowing you to avoid some sort of emotional pain you might have experienced. And if that's so, please accept my apology.
No need to apologize.
Oh.
Without going too much into my personal life, your analysis may be correct. So maybe I'm the one who should be apologizing to you. I misinterpreted your reaction to the scene. I certainly was not seeing the play through your and your friend's eyes. Alex's explanation just now gave me a wider perspective on the writer's intent. What I think about whether he's achieved his goal or not is important.
What makes him feel that what he thinks about the writer has achieved his goal or not is important?
I don't know. Maybe he, too, was hurt in the past by someone and is trying to figure out why he interpreted the scene differently than we did. By the way, I think he's so handsome, don't you?
Oh boy, it's been a while since I've seen a look in those eyes.
I have to go to the ladies' room. Do you know where that is?
I have to use the restroom too. Come along, I'll show you.
Okay. I'll be back. Hold on. Hang on. Wait for me. Oh, okay.
From what you said a little while ago, it sounds like you go to a lot of good plays.
I do go to a lot of plays, but believe me, they're not all good.
Not good? According to who? You know, just because for some reason you didn't like it It doesn't make it a bad play. Maybe you were just having a bad day. Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, I mean, that certainly is possible, but in this crazy business, it's not what you or I think about the play. It's about what the drama critic thinks, and that's what makes or breaks a play.
You have got to be kidding me. You mean a drama critic is going to tell me if something I laughed at is funny or something I cried about is sad? What if he or she is having a bad day?
Then, unfortunately, if he is having a bad day, the actors, the producer, and the playwright will all have a bad day.
You are the playwright of this play? And don't tell me Malcolm is the drama critic. I don't believe it.
Yes, on both counts.
There it is. Alex Myers. Wow. Who would have believed it? I'm sitting next to the guy who wrote the play I'm watching, and so far, I think it's brilliant. And I can't wait for the second act. I mean it. That part about the unicorn is genius.
Thank you, but unfortunately, it's what Malcolm thinks that will make this play a success or not.
That's crazy. Mildred and I had to explain to him the purpose of the unicorn. He didn't even get it. And you're telling me what he says makes or breaks the play? Oh, wait till I tell Mildred. And knowing her, she's getting the lowdown on Malcolm right now.
Please don't upset him.
Upset him? We're helping him understand the play. He's lucky he's getting our reaction to the play. Don't worry about him. The fact that you can write plays is unbelievable to me. What gives you the idea to write one?
You know, a lot of people ask me that, and my answer is simply another question. Why do you or anyone else take a photograph? It's because something or someone has captured your attention, and you wanted to capture it and share it. And while the photographer uses pixels to do so, the playwright uses dialogue. It's really not any different from the reason that you bake. It's not so much for your own enjoyment, but it's for the pleasure that you give others. And same goes for Mildred's knitting. For both of you, they are ways of communicating and sharing with others. And does that make sense?
Wow. I never thought about our hobbies being like that, but when you put it that way, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, and the similarity does not end there, because sometimes the things you and Mildred make are not well received, right? And that doesn't stop you. You keep doing it, because when they are well received, it's worth your effort, right?
You're absolutely right. Like the time I mistakenly put the X-Lax instead of chocolate in the brownies, and the whole third grade class spent the rest of the day in the toilet. And about the time when Mildred used a water-based dye for one of her sweaters, she gave it to her niece, who wore it on a rainy day at church, dripping, and then she was like, it was rainy and it was dripping red dye, and some of the parishioners thought she was an apparition and started praying in front of her. Can you picture that?
So you told us your hobbies, but do you two have other jobs besides being housemakers?
Oh, yes. I worked as a teacher's aide in a school for special needs students. My primary function was to assist teachers in the classroom by working with students on a one-to-one basis or in groups, and try to create a comfortable learning environment for the children.
Oh. How'd you do that?
By helping the students understand the lessons and by patiently explaining the instructions. I would try to provide these challenged kids with praise, motivation, and reassurance, and assist with mobility for the students who needed it. I would help with daily activities such as feeding, toileting, or hygiene, or making the students who had, make sure their physical safety was good in the classroom and during transitions. I would also communicate regularly with the teachers about student progress.
Oh, that's really great. I mean, you provide academic, emotional, physical, and personal care. I mean, what a challenge that had to be for you.
The work wasn't the challenge. It was, in fact, it was very rewarding. The challenge was not getting too emotionally involved with the students and not bringing their problems home with me.
I could easily see that happening. Did Mildred do the same kind of work?
She worked at the same school, but she was the editor of the school newspaper, and she was very good at it. She would help the students write poems and write about things that interested them enough that they thought the other students would find it interesting too. She would ask students to write reviews on sporting events, musical recitals, and the plays that the students put on.
Oh, don't tell me she was developing future critics like our friend Malcolm over there.
No way. I'm sure the ones she developed would have a lot more talent than we've seen demonstrated by our friends so far, at least.
Oh, it looks like you two have been having a good time. What are you laughing about?
Oh, I was just telling Alex about the time your niece Carla wore the red sweater to church, and then they wanted to canonize her.
Don't remind me, I was so embarrassed.
And she also told me about the time she put the X-Lax in the brownies and gave them to the 3rd grade class at Christmas time.
Oh, I'll bet those kids haven't dared to eat a brownie ever since. But none of you have to worry about the ones I have here because I only put a little X-Lax in them to give them a little je ne sais pas quoi. Is that the only thing you two have been talking about all this time?
No, I asked Alex what he did for a living and for a hobby, and I told him again that I like to bake and you like to knit.
Oh, and what is your hobby, Alex?
I like to cook.
Oh, so do I, and Ethel's a great cook. What do you like to cook?
Mostly Mediterranean and Middle Eastern food.
Oh, my favorites.
Mildred and I heard that the Mediterranean diet is very healthy. So now we're going to have to pick your brain later. What about you, Malcolm? Now, what we know, you know all about our hobbies. Do you have one?
I'm interested in a number of things, but I'd have to say wine.
Reading about it, making it, or just drinking it?
To be honest, I'd have to say all three.
Oh, you mean you actually grow grapes and then make wine from them?
Well, I have a country home with a small vineyard. It doesn't produce many grapes, but enough for me to experiment with producing a few barrels.
Oh, do you crush them with your feet? Like I've seen in some of the movies? I'd love to try that. Wouldn't you, Ethel?
I'm not sure about that, especially with my bunions.
Oh,
you know. But with your flat feet, I'm sure you'd
Tell
be
everyone.
terrific.
No. With all due respect to Dr. Scholes, and for reasons of hygiene, I have a motorized grape crusher.
Oh,
And do you make red wine or white wine?
what's the difference? Do you use different kinds of grapes for each one? Oh, and what about that other one, rosé? That's the kind you always order, right, Ethel?
Yes, I like the rosé with bubbles. Can you make that?
The only difference between white, red, and rosé wine is the length of time you keep the juice in contact with the grape skins. No contact for the white, a little contact for the rosé, and a lot of contact for the red wine. The bubbles in a sparkling wine are a result of a natural process called secondary fermentation. During the winemaking process, yeast consumes sugar and produces alcohol and carbon dioxide as byproducts. In still wines, the carbon dioxide is released into the air. To make sparkling wine, the winemaker adds a solution of sugar and yeast cells to the bottle of wine and seals it up tight so the carbon dioxide cannot escape. And that's what gives you the bubbles.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did you, Alex? Do you know a lot about wine? Do you cook with wine?
I saw a documentary once about winemaking, but that's about the limit of my knowledge of wine. I just drink what tastes good to me. And yeah, I do use wines in a lot of my recipes, like beef bourguignon, for
Ooh,
instance,
sounds good.
requires a lot of red wine. And some of my fish and chicken dishes call for like a white wine reduction.
Oh, I see those bottles of cooking wine at the market. Do you ever use those?
Never.
Oh,
I firmly believe you should only use wine that you would drink when you're cooking. And as far as I'm concerned, no one should ever drink any of those cooking wines. Oh.
I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Well, my ex-husband would drink just about anything with alcohol in
That's
it. The one and only Sunday I convinced him to go to Mass, when it was time for communion, he was offered the sacramental wine, and he drowned the entire chalice. Oh, when we got back to our pews, I whispered to him, "You drank all the wine?" And he said, "I know. I wasn't sure if I would like it, but it wasn't bad. In fact, it was good. Not great, but good." I wonder if I can get the name of it. It would be nice to have it on hand for my Catholic friends. Well, you know, now it's my turn to use the restroom. Can you show me where it is, Alex?
Yeah, I need to stretch my legs. So
oh.
Oh, yes, I like to stretch my legs. He's a theater critic.
Well, do you go to many plays?
More than I want to.
What does that mean? No one's forcing you to go.
My editors are.
Editors? Editors of what? Newspapers, magazines?
Both. Please, don't let me get started on editors, because that will definitely ruin our afternoon. Talk about boring.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You're here to review the play. And here Ethel and I are accusing you of not knowing anything about theater. I apologize for both of us.
There's no need for apologies. The remarks both of you had about the play have been very informative. Sometimes the critic forgets that his role is to reflect the audience response. And unfortunately, we sometimes don't give the audience as much credit as we should. We critics too often consider ourselves elitists. And you and Ethel are proving that to be wrong.
Of course. Well, I suppose I should thank you for that, but the truth is, all Ethel and I are doing is telling you how the play is affecting us. But we don't see many plays in legitimate theaters. I mean, just the high school plays of our kids and the church Christmas plays. So what do we know, really?
I'm beginning to feel your experiences. That is, how you feel about this play are truer guidelines than the ones we critics rely on in our reviews.
How do you become a theater critic? I mean, everyone who sees a play has an opinion of that play, but to get paid for your opinion of the play, that opinion has to be special, right? What would you say makes a good critic?
To be honest with you, I don't want to be known as a good critic as much as a respected critic.
Oh, what do you mean a respected critic?
Respected critics know how theater works behind the scenes. Acting, directing, design, drama composition,
Okay.
movement, and text.
It's a lot.
A respected theater critic isn't just someone with strong opinions. There's someone whose insight, fairness, and writing genuinely matter to both artists and audience. The most respected critics care about stories, artists, audiences, and the communal act of theater.
When you say artist, are you talking about the actors or about the playwright too?
Definitely both.
Do you know the actors in this play?
I know two of them.
Do you know the playwright of this play?
Yes. Alex. I saw his picture in the playbill. I've never met him before. I'm sure he knows who I am. It was obvious the way he avoided making eye contact with me before you ladies came in.
Sure sign.
I've never reviewed any of his other plays. So at first I thought this camaraderie of ours was awkward, but then I realized as long as I don't discuss my review, we could go on enjoying each other's company.
Oh.
You too.
Wow, you guys are very quiet.
Well,
Mildred, Ethel told me you're a retired newspaper editor, and that you were responsible for tutoring budding drama critics. I'm sure Malcolm would love to hear about that.
You were a newspaper editor?
was.
And here you let me rant on about how my editors are so boring. Is your paper one that I would have read or know about?
Not unless you know anybody who attended St. Margaret's School for Special Needs Children in New Jersey 20 years ago.
I don't know about all of you, but I
Okay,
don't
here we
think the
go.
problem is his fault.
Oh, I don't either. I saw the way she looked at that professor. She was definitely flirting with him. What do you think's going to happen in the third act? Are they going to break up?
I don't know. Alex has had me going in all directions.
I would say that that's clever writing, wouldn't you?
It's either clever or crazy. Let's see how it turns out.
What do you think?
It's not really about what I think. It's about the audience response, but I hope the last scene will make them decide.
Right now, it's so cleverly written that it's hard to predict the outcome. But the fact that you ended the last act with the unicorn image, turning red, tells me what we're about to see, a lot of passion. Remember what I told you about the meaning of colors?
To slag or not to slag, right? But didn't you say red also means anger?
Right now, I think the question in the characters' minds is to shag or not to shag.
Aren't you a naughty boy? I like that in a man. I hope my wife like being naughty too.
She did, but not with me. That was one of the reasons for our divorce.
Infidelity. It's right up there with the main reasons a couple breaks up.
Don't I know that? Did it happen to you?
Yes, me and my boyfriend did, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I know how horrible that can be because the same thing happened to my brother, James, the interior designer that I told you about. He was devastated.
It doesn't make any difference. Husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, being cheated on hurts in so many ways.
So it's happened to you too?
Yes, but even worse in my case because I was the one who cheated on my husband.
Why is that worse?
Because of the guilt, especially when the guy you're having an affair with turns out to be a loser. So you end up being an even bigger loser because you've lost everything.
Oh. This is becoming too heavy. Let's change the subject. Alex, why don't you tell us why you wrote this play?
Yes, I'd love to know what gave you the idea to write it.
I told Ethel the reason any playwright writes a play is because of wanting to share an experience he or she thinks other people would find interesting.
And why do people become theater critics?
That's not an easy question to answer, but I'd say that in my case, I became a critic because it forces me to watch every detail of a performance closely. So I can think deeply about what I saw and then try to communicate clearly about an art form that I care about very much.
I know it's not the same level as you, Malcolm, but I used to tell my students who are critiquing or criticizing things that happen at the school or the local theater plays, that in watching the performances, they should search for the motivation of the playwright in writing the play. Was it an event, an experience? Try to discover whatever it was that made the playwright want to sit down and write the play.
Has any critic ever directly asked you about that?
No, in fact, this is a first for me. I've never spoken to a critic while he was watching a performance of one of my
First time
plays.
for everything.
Don't you think that would be important in helping you get to the true meaning of the play?
I've never heard of any critic doing that. I'm not even sure if it's proper journalism, but I suppose it would be helpful.
Well, there you go. To me, proper journalism is writing from an informed position as you can. So go ahead and ask Alex a question about something you've seen so far in the play, and then all three of us can give our opinion and see if we agree. And if not, then why?
That is a great idea. After all, Malcolm, Mildred, and I are the audience, and it is the audience that you are trying to communicate with. You just said before that is one of the reasons you became a critic.
Right.
But first, if you're okay with this, Alex, go ahead and tell us what you want your audience to be thinking this far into the performance without giving away anything, of course.
As far as my telling you about what I was trying to achieve in the first 2 acts, I can't do that. Because when I write a play, I always have the ending in mind, and I write the dialogue and the actor directions toward achieving that end, even as I have in this case, as you'll soon see, taken some unconventional routes to reach that goal.
I am sure we can all understand that. Let's hold off on our thoughts and opinions till the end of the performance.
Yes, and at the end of the play, we could all go somewhere and discuss what we thought about the performance, and Alex will know if he has achieved his goal with us.
That is a great idea, and I know exactly where we can go. My brother James has invited Mildred and me to his apartment here in the city for drinks and dinner
love his
after the
apartment.
play.
Oh, I love it.
I know he would love for both of you to come with us.
Yep.
I've never done that before, and I don't know of any other critic that has.
First time for everything.
So it would be a good learning experience for you, and you don't have to let it in any way change your review, but it would be nice for you to know what our review is. It'll be a learning experience. And remember, I'm a teacher's aide, so I know about these things.
I don't see any harm in adults having an enjoyable dinner and discussion. What do you say, Alex? After all the production is done, you can't change it at all now. Don't you want to know how it's being received?
Put it that way, yeah, I don't see any harm in it either. What the hell? It's the most anxiety-provoking time of a playwright's life is waiting for the reviews anyway, so might as well be doing something enjoyable while I'm waiting.
I understand that. I'm sure we all do.
Good. We're all in agreement. We'll stay here at the end of the play and give our reaction to it. And then it's cocktails and dinner, and who knows what else. After all, this is the city that never sleeps.
Yeah, it sounds like a good plan, but I'm sure they'll be closing the theater soon after curtain call, and I know for my part anyway, it's going to take a lot of time to discuss all of this.
That won't be a problem. The theater manager's a good friend of mine. I'll go up now and tell him we'll be sitting here for a while after the performance. I know it takes a couple of hours before all the crew can leave anyway. I'll go do that now so I won't miss any of the third act.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh my God, I never expected that. Did you, Malcolm?
I have to admit, it was an extremely theatrical ending.
There it is.
Well, there it is. That's the headline of your review. Extremely theatrical.
Hold on a minute. We agreed not to discuss my review. Otherwise, all plans are off.
No, Malcolm. You write what you want, but I can't wait to hear Alex's thoughts about why he wrote this play.
I'll only do that after hearing from all of you.
Oh, okay.
Right. Mildred and I have been talking it over.
That's right.
And we think the bottom line is, in the entire play, it is about relationships. I don't know if that's what you had in mind, Alex, but we don't care if that's how you see it too, Malcolm. But we are the audience
That's
of
right.
the show, and this is how the play affected us. We also don't know what your personal relationships have been like, and understand everybody's experience is different. So we will tell you about ours and how the play affected us, but then you both have to tell us about yours. So are you okay with that, Alex?
That's fine.
And what about you, Malcolm?
Yes, I'll go along with that.
Oh, wonderful. I'll start first because I think my relationship may be the most complicated.
Yes, it will be hard to beat yours, Mildred.
Well, when I met my husband, Frank, he was already disabled and confined to a wheelchair, but he was only physically disabled. His mind was absolutely brilliant. He had a lot of insight and could relate to people very well and articulate his feelings. He very smart, but I still beat him at backgammon. But seriously, deep down, I think he was letting me win so as not to fuel the inferiority complex I've had my whole life.
I'd like to hear a little bit more about that if you're comfortable talking about it.
Oh, you won't believe this. Go ahead, tell them, Mildred.
Oh, wait, hang on, I gotta get a drink. Freud would have had a ball with this. My father was also wheelchair bound because of an automobile accident that took place soon after I was born.
Tell them how soon.
When my dad was bringing my mother and me back from the hospital, a drunken driver ran into the side of the car, hitting the driver's side. That was the story he always told me. But later, I found out from my mother that when we were driving home from the hospital, I started crying and screaming. My father took his eye off the road to look at the backseat to make sure I was all right, and he rammed into a tree. He never fully recovered and died. I was 13 when she told me that version at his funeral.
Why did she tell you a different version from your father's?
Because she blamed me for my father's paralysis, and she said she never wanted to have a child but agreed to it because my father wanted children. But she was right all the time, and my birth ruined our family.
What a horrible experience for you, and what a burden to put on the shoulders of a child.
Oh, I see you have another play beginning in your head, right?
I don't know about that, but you have to agree this is like an emotional tsunami. Don't you agree, Malcolm?
Well, absolutely. I can't help but think someone like Tennessee Williams would take the story up and run with it.
Please, both of you, let Mildred continue because I know this is hard for her.
I really hate going back there.
Well, that's okay, sweetheart. That's enough for now. You know what? I'll go next.
okay.
And if later on you want to say something, go ahead. But you've already shared plenty.
I know. Oh, thanks, honey. Your story is a doozy, too. Wait till they hear this.
All right. Let me start off by telling you that I married the world's biggest cheapskate ever.
Oh, that's for sure.
Soon as we got married, I found out that he got both my engagement and wedding rings from a mortician friend of his who took them off some dead lady's hands. And then he had a friend of his engrave the word Tiffany inside each of the bands.
What is that?
I found out later that his mother made my wedding dress by sewing together some white window drapery shears that she bought for a few bucks from a curtain store that was going out of business. And to top it all off, inside that dress, she sewed Versace, a label, Versace, that she took off an old dress and bought at an estate sale for $2 because the tears and stains on the dress were beyond repair. But you haven't even heard the best yet. Listen to this.
Here it comes.
My husband never wanted to have children, but he heard that if I donated an egg, I can get $10,000 and I could do that 6 times, and then he can get about $150 for a sperm donation, and he took that money, and guess how he spent it? You're not gonna believe this.
How'd he spend it?
You've got my attention.
He bought a secondhand shop. And every morning he would go to the garage sales and stock the place. I mean, you couldn't even make this stuff up. But it killed him in the end.
How did it kill him?
Because he refused to buy health insurance for us, and he wouldn't go to the doctor, and he had a lump in his throat, which kept getting bigger and bigger, and he had a hard time breathing and passed out, and by the time we got to the hospital, he had stage 4 cancer and lasted for only a month.
Tell them what happened after. This is the funniest part of everything she went through. Listen to how she was able to survive because he left her no life insurance. So all she had was the contents of that secondhand store. Oh, go ahead. Tell them what happened.
Okay, but after this, I'm through talking about my relationship, and each of you guys has to tell us something about his.
Oh, yes.
So, when I was trying to get rid of the items in the secondhand store, one day this guy comes in. He was a very nice old gentleman, and he could see that I was in a fairly desperate situation because he asked me why I was selling everything, and I told him my bills were piling, and I was behind on rent, and so I had to do something. And he carefully looked at all the items, and he picked up this old picture. And it was a painting with bright colors and geometric patterns, and scrutinized it and looking for his signature all the way down at the bottom, and he found it. The name of the artist was George Broke. And he said it was a famous painter in France who was a friend of Pablo Picasso. It was a very tiny painting, but he said it was still worth a lot of money. And it was an original. And he had a friend at a museum who could authenticate it. And it turns out it was an original. And although it was one of the lesser known works, it should auction off, and he could see what I can get.
Go on, I'm all ears. I know the artist, and at Sotheby's, I once attended an auction where a painting of his sold for over $10 million. What did you get for yours?
$2.5 million.
Oh my, wow. And you were working as a teacher's aide?
Absolutely. The children I work with every day have different levels of disabilities and come from some families with very low income. So I've donated most of the money to help make their lives more comfortable.
Wow.
Isn't she wonderful? Oh.
Sure is. Most money would take the money and run.
Yeah.
Most people I know, unfortunately, would drink and play the money away. That really is a very selfless thing you've done, Ethel.
Now, you're wrong there. It was more like a selfish thing because it has given me a lot of pleasure. I never had money, and if anyone tried to help me out, I would have been very grateful. So it made me happy. So in a way, I'm playing my money away too. But enough about me. Come on,
Ooh,
Malcolm,
yes.
your turn. What relationship have you had that Alex's play made you think about?
Oh.
In my case, too, relationships have been complicated, and they've had a rather domino effect on my outlook for future relationships. I've been married 3 times. The first time, the one I told you about when we were discussing infidelity, was for love, but I found out it was one-sided. The second was for money and prestige, but I got tangled up in a prenup agreement, and when I was untangled, I had less money than I had before I entered into that relationship. And the third marriage was for both love and a satisfactory lifestyle, but she died a horrible death because of metastatic cancer. So I guess you could say my life so far has been a 3-act play, and certainly not with a happy ending.
Oh, well, it could be a happy ending if you met the right person.
Well, that's right, but only if you focus on love and companionship, and the hell with money.
That's the hell with it.
That doesn't give you the comfort you need after you reach a certain age. That's when you want to hold on to someone's hand instead of a bank book.
I can't argue with that, but That takes more than just putting that gift down on my Christmas wish list.
Well, maybe instead of a Christmas list, what you need is someone who's sharing the same playbill with you. Maybe you should give that a try.
Maybe you're right. All the internet dating apps for seniors for me so far have proved to be less exciting than the obituary page.
Well, maybe we're going to have to turn that obituary page into an upcoming events page. What do you think, Ethel?
As long as it doesn't turn into a comic page.
I see that all our stories may have stirred up your creative writing skill, Alex. But now it's time to turn on your speaking skill and share with us your motivation in creating these characters and their interpersonal relationships and how they may be echoing some of your experiences.
Yeah.
Well, I've been listening to the three of you and comparing your experiences with my own and of the characters I created, and I've come to realize that all relationships have one universal common denominator, and that is the first person singular.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So I've compared your
Confused.
experiences to the most significant interpersonal relationship I've had, and that was what happened to my ex-partner.
You said he died.
I tell people he died, but the truth is that I killed the relationship because I found out he was cheating on me, and, and I refused to listen to his side of the story to learn if there was any other way that maybe my behavior prompted him to look elsewhere to satisfy not so much his physical, but his emotional needs. I just walked away from everything we had in Los Angeles and moved out to New York, where no one knew me or him, and later I found out he committed suicide, and that way kind of killed both of us.
Oh, I think you need that. What do you say? I think it's time for us to go.
But we really haven't discussed the play.
Oh, you're wrong. In telling our stories, we've discussed perhaps the most important play we will ever see. And I want a happy ending. So I say we go to my brother's place.
Oh, I love
but I have to warn you, he hates to cook. So Alex, maybe you can cook us a nice dinner from whatever he has in the fridge?
Yeah, but let's pick up a few ingredients on the way just in case.
Oh, and you and I will go shopping for some nice wine.
Before we go, Alex, I would like to know why you chose the unicorn metaphor. The only time I've seen it used on stage was in Glass Menagerie.
Unicorns symbolize perfection, purity, and fantasy. And like early in the marriage, partners often project idealized versions of each other, and unicorns are impossible to possess. And just as unicorns don't exist in the real world, the perfect marriage often collapses under pressure.
To me, marriage is like a unicorn. Everyone believes in it until they have to clean up after it.
To me, unicorns are like good relationships. Everyone claims they exist, but no one can actually prove it.
If I had to write a unicorn dating profile, it would read rare, magical, emotionally unavailable.
Well, it seems you two, in your own delightful, intelligent, and entertaining way, capture what I was trying to do by using the unicorn, because I think the main problems a unicorn and people in relationships often have to deal with are existential crises.
Oh, wait, I may sound stupid, but what are existential crises?
Existential crises are inner conflicts that give the impression that life lacks meaning, and it leads to confusion about your personal identity. They can cause a lot of anxiety and stress, and often to such a degree they disturb your normal functioning and in everyday life, and often can lead to depression.
Oh, no.
Well, you've heard all of our ideas about the unicorn metaphor. What are your thoughts?
All I can do is repeat a quote I once heard. Behind every unicorn is a horse saying, "This seemed like a good idea at the time."
So do you think it was a good idea at the time for Alex to put it in his play?
We all agreed that my comments on the play will not be discussed.
Okay.
All I can say is you have to wait for the reviews. In the meantime, I don't know about all of you, but I am hungry and thirsty.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a date.
You are going to love James.
Yeah.